Hey guys, I wanted to try to do a little demo of the new programming in the beta firmware. The only thing that's really changed is the programming. There's been some optimizations to get a few more cycles, but most of it is programming. And the most important thing is that you're no longer going to use the buttons on the side, the up or down buttons on the A1 board. The reason for the redesign was that a lot of the prototype boards coming out, like the AKA, the LED, and some of the other boards like the Shocker, don't have button spots. And I still wanted to keep one universal code base. So I went back to a trigger style programming that is super simplified. So if you do flash the new beta firmware, what you'll see when you turn on the board is that the Bluetooth module no longer comes on. So you cannot connect with the phone right now and you cannot go into programming. So no accidental hitting a button, no accidental going into programming mode while you're playing. So the only way to get into programming mode now is to hold the trigger while you're booting it up. So if you hold the trigger while you're booting it up and it comes on, when you release, you're going to go into programming mode. So you can see that the board itself right now is programming fire mode, and it will say that the current mode is auto. So if we were to program with the trigger, which nobody ever wants to do, but I always want to fall back, you would press and hold the trigger until the light goes out, and then clicking the trigger will tell you semi, auto, ramp, etc. And then when you're done programming, just stop, and when you wait long enough, it'll write it to the board. So it's very easy. Just clicking the trigger will go through all the registers. It tells you on the screen what register you're in, so there's no memorizing colors. If you want to do, for example, the mech debounce, that's the blue flash, but it says mech debounce right at the top. It says the minimum value is 0.25, the maximum value is 2.25, excuse me. If you press and hold to go into the register, the light goes out. It will blink and tell you what the setting is, so even if you don't have a screen, but then I waited too long. So we can go into the register, and then I can click and say I want to set it at 0.75, set it 0.75, and then we can go back in. And that's all great and fine for the old school style of doing it, but if you go to the app store and get the new app update, when you scan for devices, if my son had Bluetooth turned on, and if I could find the app, there it is. So now when I scan for devices, it will connect. It automatically connects. You don't have to hit load data anymore. And now the registers are really nice and clean and easy to see. So if I zoom in over here, you should be able to see your settings. So example, if you want to change the min BPS for ramping from 3 to 5, you just go click to 5 and hit save to save that setting, and it automatically sends it to the board, and it will show you ramp min BPS is 5. So you get instant feedback on the board, and you can change setting by setting. If you want to change the fire mode from semi to ramp, and we hit save, it'll immediately change the fire mode to ramp on the board, and it gives you instant feedback right on the OLED screen. You can change the splash screen, for example. If we want to change the splash screen to the new Fallen logo, it'll show you what it's going to look like. You hit save, and it shows you right what the splash screen is going to look like. When you go back, all you have to do is disconnect, and it will disconnect, and now the blinking says it's ready to reconnect. To get into a firing mode, you just power cycle the board. So you're either in the operating mode or the programming mode. There is no live going in between the two anymore. And that's to prevent cheating, but it's also to prevent accidentally going in. You can if you have any comments or feedback, please drop me a line and let me know. Thanks.